Yes, yes, yes. This is yours truly, the Executioner. We're here with another Wrestle News Buzz episode. And tonight we have our regular co hosts with the S. And let's bring them on. This is a host that I have, a host that I know for many years. And I want to bring him on. Let's bring in Paul Dale Roberts, the Dingle Warrior.
Hey, what's up, Executioner?
What's up?
All right, we're going to have a good show tonight. We got a lot to talk about. And you got a surprise ending to the show tonight. And I can't wait to find out what it is.
Oh, we got to bring one more guy in. So, tonight, live on Wrestle News Buzz, this is a guy I know for many years. Did a lot of work with Off the Hook, just like Paul Dale Roberts. And let's bring in the one and the only El Guapo.
Hola, amigos.
What's up, El Guapo?
Hey, El Guapo.
How you guys doing tonight?
All right, doing fine.
Man, it's going to be a good show tonight. I'm doing good, man. How you doing? How's the weather out there, man?
Hot. It's always hot here in the swamp. But looking forward to tonight. I want to look at some classic footage of some really fucked up shit that happened in the world of wrestling.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. Well, tonight is going to be more of a more on one wrestler, really. And it's going to be basically about New Jack. And we may talk about other things. Who knows, man? Anything can happen in Wrestle News Buzz. So we may say one thing and then it's another, and it leads into some other thing. So let's just play it by ear tonight. So I don't want to say it's going to be all the way with New Jack. We may talk about other things. So, with wrestling right now, I heard Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon kind of had a little heated conversation because Shane wanted to buy UFC plenty of times back in the mid 2000s to the early 2000s. He wanted to purchase UFC. Vince told him no, don't buy it. Every time he wanted it, don't buy it.
What a fucking mistake.
What do you want? He wanted to buy it again, don't buy it.
Now the UFC
and now his dad bought Vince McMahon's company, and now that made him from 1980. What was it? 1984. He was $1 million man, and fast forward all the way down there, 40 years later, he's a $9.4 billion man. Vince McMahon.
Yep. No, that's the biggest mistake.
I gotta give it to him. He was a genius. It was the biggest mistake.
It was. Well, you think Blockbuster Video had the opportunity to buy Netflix out for I think like 1 million. Maybe it was something pretty ridiculous, 5 million or less, I think, back in the day, and they said no. The Blockbuster wasn't going to do that, and now Blockbuster huge. That's why that's a similar mistake there. For them to pass on the UFC, especially back when you could have got it dirt cheap, and now it's eclipsed them. Amazon is another example. Microsoft probably could have bought Amazon at one point, and now Amazon has eclipsed everybody, including Microsoft, and not just in the world of selling shit online, but actual computer networking. Amazon's cloud is the largest and most secure cloud in the world. And like, how the hell did that happen? How did they somehow surpass Microsoft?
There's a point in time where you have to lay down your cards, and they didn't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another guest that just popped on, and I want to introduce you the one, the only, Terry the Taint Butt Pirate.
Right on.
Howdy, 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 everyone.
What's
What's
up,
up, Terry?
Terry?
Not much. How's it going, guys?
Oh, doing good, doing good.
Man, you sound
Yeah, better now that you're here, brother.
You
Always,
sound better,
always.
man, than Sanitarium.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, well, what we're gonna do, Terry? I want to inform you what we're gonna talk. Terry, I want to inform you what we're gonna talk about tonight, so you have a little idea. We're gonna
Okay.
talk about New Jack. We're gonna show New Jack versus Vic Grimes in a scaffold match. You know,
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
then we're gonna talk about some other more other random matches, or we're just gonna go by here. Fuck it. It is what it is. This is Wrestle News Buzz. Anything can happen, you know. So,
Oh, yeah.
oh, I got a big surprise in the next month, and it's a big wrestler that we're working on a date right now, but it's big, real big, and it's a WWE superstar. So I'm working
nice.
on it. I don't want to say the name yet.
Give
But
us
each
a hint, man.
week goes by, I will give out some clues.
What
So
era?
maybe probably by next week, it's gonna be a clue. It's gonna be a clue. So if you get the clue, if you look at the clue and you'd be like, okay, then who could this be? Because it's gonna be a tricky clue. Because if you figure out it could be 5 or 6 different dudes, and you could be like, well, I don't know. It could be this one. It could be that one. It could be this one. It could be that one. But each week that gets by, and the more close we get to get them, the more you'll find out who I'm bringing on. So we'll do something different, you know. But everything's gonna work. So,
Yeah,
Paul, is there anything you want to talk about? Any matches that you remember back in the day?
Oh, man, my favorite match was
Paul?
probably that cage match with Mankind, where he jumped off the rafters and broke his back.
Oh, with the Undertaker?
Oh, shit.
Was that the Undertaker and Mankind?
I think so. That was a crazy fight.
Yeah.
Talk about the one where he got dropped down onto the
Hey,
table.
Paul, I asked you
Yeah.
a question earlier, Paul. You're just ignoring me, bro. What's going
No,
on?
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I asked you a question earlier, a few minutes ago. I said, is there any match that you remember back when you was coming up? Any good matches that you remember? It could be guys that you remember when you was a kid or back in the 70s. Was there any good matches that you remember coming up when you watched it?
Yeah, that was probably Ray Stevens versus Haystack Calhoun.
Wow. And
That's
who won
way
that
back.
match, if you remember?
Ray
Stevens won?
No, he came really close to winning, but somehow Haystack fell over him or something and crushed him because that was one big man.
And he was a big guy. He was like, what, 500 pounds?
Oh, yeah, something like that. And then my uncle, in the persona of El Lobo, wrestled him, and he lost. So, and in fact, he may have caused the injury to my uncle's back because he had to get out of wrestling because he injured his back. That's one thing that, people say wrestling's fake and all this, but people get hurt in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so serious.
Hey, I know. Mean face, no, because yeah, and there's nothing fake about that.
Yeah.
There's nothing fake about getting slammed on the fucking concrete, from the top rope all the way down to the concrete floor. There's nothing fake about that. You can't fake that.
No.
That's a serious injury that you can really fuck yourself up.
Oh, yeah.
Or getting hit with the chair, the chair shots.
The still share.
Yeah,
chair shots are even deadly.
Yeah, even my son Jason, when he was doing that backyard wrestling here in Sacramento, he got hit with a chair, and he said fuck it, I'm out because it hurt. It hurt, and he had a hard time walking after he got hit with that chair.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he know he was going to get hit?
What's that?
Did he know he was going to get
like
hit?
pain to be a wrestler.
He knew he was going to get hit, and the guy was supposed to, I don't know, do something where it wouldn't be such an impact, but it was an impact. The guy, those guys ain't, well, the backyard wrestling, that wasn't professional. That was right here in Sacramento. And
that was backstage stuff.
Yeah, and the guy gave it to him, so.
Even the indies, I've seen some shit. I remember seeing one guy down at Devil Mountain Wrestling get thrown through a table, and they didn't gimmick the table, so the table broke unevenly, ripped his friggin' ear off.
Oh yeah.
So it's yeah, and that's shit. Like you were just saying, Terry, about the Mick Foley thing. He went flying off of that, and his tooth came through his nose. Everybody thought it was a booger sticking out his nose, but it was his tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Anyway, what was Mick Foley? Also, too, he had his hand somehow caught in the rope.
I remember that.
Yeah, and broke his hand. I forget who he was going up against, but man, you get messed up in that. Oh, well, look at Owen Hart, playing superhero, comes off from the rafters and falls to the ground and perishes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, then we had that match. We had that Spanish match with Rey Mysterio a few years back where he broke the guy's back and killed the guy during the match.
Yeah. Well, Draws was paralyzed for how many years and just died recently.
Yeah.
So. And there, what was it? Hey, X, who was that? What was that promotion down in? What's that guy? Ruben? You're okay. Was it? What's that movie about? Beyond the Mat. Everybody's seen Beyond the Mat, right? I know you. X.
I think I have. Yeah.
All right. So the guy down at was it APW or whatever? What was his name? Ruben? Was it Ruben?
Oh, that fat fucker.
What was his name?
Roland Alexander.
Roland Alexander.
That fat.
Apparently, there was a death in his ring. What do you call it? There was some kid got slammed against the turnbuckle or something. The kid was rushed to the hospital, died in the ring, and then on top of that, they had the kid's car towed because was there at APW's lot. So I mean, there's just the whole world of wrestling. I hate to say it, but I can't. I know maybe one or two people that I consider, maybe three that I consider good friends, and just a whole lot of scumbags in it. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Here's another story with Roland Alexander. That motherfucker had the Giant Khali. Do you know who the Giant Khali is? El Guapo.
Absolutely. Yeah,
big giant dude from that Indian giant. Where the fuck is he's from? Well, he started out in APW. Yeah, he started in APW. Listen to this shit, man. True story. Fucking Roland was mad at this one wrestler, right? So this one wrestler did something to Roland and he didn't like. I guess supposedly Roland is good about not paying people off of who he owes, and he feels if you're not that good, if you don't have the pop, the crowd's popping off of you, you don't get shit.
Yeah.
So the dude was pissed off at him. He's like getting mad at him. He's like, "Are you gonna book me?" He's like, "Yeah. Oh, I got a show this weekend. Come on down. I got you a match." And he said, "Okay." Well, he didn't know that there was a giant that was 7'2", 7'3", weighed about maybe close to 400 pounds, solid muscle.
Yeah.
And
oh shit,
he goes down there, and Roland tells the giant, "Take him out tonight. I'll pay you. Take him out." So the giant just grabs that dude because the giant has some big hands. Not as big as Andre, but just big, massive hands. and he grabbed that dude by his fucking head and lifted him up off his feet. And he wasn't even trying to jump or anything. He just lifted him up, and the dude's legs was dangling, and his arms was just dangling, and he was just squeezing him, just grabbing him like this, just lifting him up, squeezing him. And then the ref rings the bell, and he still got it, and just squeezing him. And all of a sudden, he just squeezed again, and he just seen blood coming out of his eyes and mouth, and oh man, it was nasty, man. He killed him right there in that ring, man, just by doing that fucking claw squeeze on his. Just grabbed his fucking head like he was just squeezing a ball or a fucking watermelon. Just squeezed him and killed him.
That might be.
And Roland got away with that shit.
That might be the same kid that I'm talking about. They had his car towed out of the lot. His parents tried to sue Roland. Yeah, that's the same. That's exactly the same incident I'm talking about.
Damn.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's brutal.
That's insane.
And Roland, he got away with murder.
On top of that, you see at the end of at that movie Beyond the Mat where Roland's like crying because the one guy he has like living up in the warehouse working for him. He says he's too small to be a heavyweight and too big to be a high flyer, and it's just a shame because he's this great worker. And yeah, that's the problem with wrestling is that they blur the lines from reality.
Mike Modest and
yeah. They blur the lines so much that you really can't fucking tell when somebody's actually being sincere or not. You know.
Yeah. And another thing with Roland, here's another thing about that fat fucker. I went up there to go do a training with him, right? I wanted to pay for it. So I made a special trip from Sacramento to Hayward in the fucking taxi cab. So I go out there. And I said, all right, I called him up. I said, I'll be there and I want to start training. He said, all right, man, come on down. Check out the school and everything. And maybe it would be something that you want to do. I said, all right, let's go. So I go up there. He didn't even show me the school, bro. He was like, all right, you need to sit down here and look at this palette that I got for you, which is a fucking application. And he wanted to know, okay, well, the price. We need to know about the money. Do you have the money right now? I said, first of all, I told you I wanted to check out the school. You're not showing me the school. You're talking about money. I said, you know what? You're bad business, man. I got up and left. Fuck him. Yeah, that motherfucker is he's bad on business. If you're not in his circle sucking his dick, he's gonna screw you. He's gonna screw you. But you know what? He's not alive today. He can't even talk about it. Yeah, he's gone. And he's been gone for a few years now. I mean, he had talent. I love all his talent. He had talent, man.
Hey, I heard Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer.
And I could tell you another organization.
Yeah, when Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer, when he had his school, a lot of people were complaining. They were saying they were getting ripped off. And also, too, when he was training you, he would beat the shit out of you, and you didn't want to come back. And now he had your money. So, I mean, I heard about that. I mean, I was friends with Buzz Sawyer, but it was no way I was going to go into a school. So
that's a classic move that they try to take your money and try to run you off.
That man is a madman, bro. That was a
sounds like a riot favor.
With the MMA
in the UTC training center.
Hey, I have a question for Executioner. How is it now that you wrestled with Rikishi? What was the story on that? I never really fully understood what happened there.
Was that Freak Show?
Was it a Freak Show?
No, there's Freak Show Wrestling. That I was wondering if that's what that promotion that happened under.
Is that what happened? What happened there, Executioner? Hello?
I'm having a little difficulties on my end. Sorry. Oh. What was the question?
Okay, yeah. How is it you wrestled Rikishi?
Oh, that was because he wanted it was a 666 tag match, and Freak Show wanted us to be a part of it. Sim
was
Bodie
Freak Show.
booked us, so that's how we got in with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Knox Pro, which was in Knox Pro Arena, in their little warehouse arena where they do all their shows at, and it was nice,
okay.
man.
Did
They
they?
had a
Hey,
little
did they
miniature
film it?
warehouse that they did their shows. It was good. It was good.
Okay. Did they film it? Did they film it? Is there any footage of you and Rikishi?
I don't
There should
know,
be.
man.
There,
I don't
there
know.
should be.
Well, me
Freak
and
Show
me and
filmed
Face
all their
got it
stuff.
on our Off the Hook. Go to Off the Hook. It's on there. It's on Off the Hook. If you want to see it, check it out. It's on.
And who did Face
Yeah.
wrestle down there?
But anyway, we got a match that we got a show, that little match that we're gonna watch. So we're gonna put on this match is with New Jack versus Big Grimes. Let's watch it. Oh,
You got to pull up that Rikishi match, X.
And look at New Jack once again.
Yeah, I like to see that.
Blood flowing profusely from the head, but New Jack going after Grimes out with this rope, and this is nuts, Chico. This is just simply nuts.
Take already to the steel grating.
Right in front of us here. Right in front of us. Now here at the broadcast booth.
Okay, I gotta leave it on.
Big Grimes with face first into that steel entrance ramp. And now it's Big Grimes suffering the consequences of the part of New Jack right into the security railing.
Yeah, this shit's all sorts of freezing up.
Chico, it's a good thing this man got out of the way.
Commentate.
Because Big Grimes is like 400 pounds, and they moved the entire railing on that side of the building.
Oh. Wait a minute, look at this. Utilizing the deathmatch weapons, the bed of nails now. New Jack.
Hey, this guy, the commentator, is poor English.
New Jack now, once again,
calls the guy New Yak.
Right to the head, right between the eyes.
Chico, mira.
Both of these men are finding anything and everything they can get their hands on.
Chico, the violent crap, the
why is the beat
match,
so slow?
Truly, brutality that is most brutal, Chico. And we have still not even gone up to the scaffold, Chico.
Look at both these men cringing for their lives, in pain, in profuse amount of pain. The precipitous amount of pain that they have is unbelievable. But the thing is, I mean, you got this scaffold high above, like you said before, not yet utilized in this matchup. But look at all the carnage that's gone down already.
Chico, right now, all this violence that we are seeing, you might as well say it is for fun, because this match cannot finish until someone takes the free fall.
Literally the free fall. I'm not talking about Magic Mountain either. Look at this, Grimes pointing straight up. Pointing straight up. What is this? Look at this, Grimes. Grimes is starting. Grimes is going up.
I mean, how high they're
Grimes
up
is
there.
going up.
I mean,
yeah, but
shit,
like,
man, this
And look
is
at
hella
New Jack on the opposite
what are the rules of this match?
And yes,
Initially, what are the rules? How do they explain the scaffolding being there and all those tables being piled up?
Yeah, I mean, you're up there. I mean, you're like probably what, 50, 60 feet high in the air, maybe higher than that. I mean,
climbing
shit.
this 40-foot scaffold here at the Grand
40 foot?
Auditorium.
But is the belt hanging up there or something? Like, why? What is the point of them climbing up the fucking thing?
Of these two guys, barely.
I'm telling you, man, I got goosebumps.
The ladder match
This is
has a point to
unbelievable.
it.
And look at
This
the
thing-
men climbing some 4 feet into the
Yeah.
air.
Here,
Fucking
Chico,
easy to go, dude.
do not let it fool you. The
remember
elevation
WCW
is so
back
great.
in the day with
It is taking these two athletes
the Road
very,
Warrior.
very long time to get to the very top of the scaffold, Chico.
And look at this, New Jack, of course, from the announce table position here
Footage
on the near
stop.
side. Big Grimes over on the far side. What the hell is going to happen? Please, God,
I mean, that's
please
all,
have
bro.
mercy on their
I'm
souls.
sorry.
Chico Duyak has reached the top.
I-
first.
Yeah, just like Al Guapo says, what's the
Do it.
purpose
Die for me.
of climbing up on this thing?
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Both men are on the top of the scaffold. Big Grimes trying to get all the way up. New Jack making his way over.
Oh, Chico, muy peligroso, very dangerous here. Big Grimes is still on the ladder. If he sleeps or lets go. That could be it. And he's going to land on the concrete jig.
Oh my God, Big Grimes. Big Grimes, look at him. Look at the look on his face.
Scared, man.
Look at the look on his face.
He's scared.
He's scared out of his mind. I think now both these men realize just how high they are. From the concrete floor here at the Grand Olympic Auditorium in downtown Los Angeles. Folks, history is being made right here and right now.
I fucking think he's freezing up. It's not fluid at all.
He's scared right now because if you don't
I don't know. It's probably this
moving and waiting. Very, very uncertain, very, very not stable.
I know. You are scared.
Crazy, bro.
You gotta get a better
I don't know
link
why
to
it's
it.
freezing up like that.
Hey, look at the Big Grimes. Oh no! Oh, whoa.
Is it playing now?
Check on the Big Grimes.
It keeps stopping.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
He's fucking
Big guy,
Oh my God!
stay away
Look,
from the edge.
look how close Big Grimes is to the edge, indeed.
Big move from the edge. Jig.
I don't understand this shit, bro.
Dude.
God,
I don't know.
can't even see.
We're gonna close that part out, man, because I don't know, man. It's too much. It's too much shit going on with this shit.
So who fell from the scalpel?
Shit, man. They need to fix
New Jack throws the other guy off, right? I mean, that's ultimately what fucking happened. But he tases him. But he fucking tases him first. And I mean, if you actually get the footage without it freezing up, it's pretty crazy. But because I never saw the match when it first happened, I don't know what the rules are like. What the hell is the point of them climbing that in the first place? Was the belt hanging from up there? Was it part of the rules that they had to jump off of it? It's in ladder matches I've watched. They hang the belt, right?
You had to go through the table.
For what? Where's the belt? Is there a belt on the line? Like what the fuck?
Go through the tables. That was the rules.
So when the guy got thrown off,
it was an extreme match.
That's where ECW sucked a dick. I'm sorry. Fuck ECW when it comes to that type of. That was ridiculous.
That's XPW, bro. That's Rob Black.
That's raw
Rob
shit.
Black
That's
for you,
the
bro.
shit.
Rob Black
Okay,
was trying to be like
when Nick Foley got thrown from the top of the thing, at least they were having a cage match. So it makes sense that they would go to the top of the cage. And then when he got thrown off, it wasn't 25 fucking tables stacked on top of each other. It was 2 tables over there where they were having the commentary. So it was more believable. That's the whole suspension of disbelief, which everybody likes to fucking quote. Goddamn suspension of disbelief. There's no disbelief in this fucking match. You can see it just from the sideline. Here's a scaffold. Here's a scaffold. Here's like 4 or 5 tables fucking high. Put 2 and 2 together. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? We're going to climb up and jump off of it. Man, fucking ECW is just stupid.
That was XPW. That wasn't ECW. That was XPW in LA. That's when fucking Rob Black.
So when he hit the ground, was he permanently injured from hitting the ground?
No, he lived. He lived somehow. He was.
He lived, but he was fucked up. He went to the hospital.
Yeah, but he I don't think he's. Yeah, it's like the first time the receipt that this is from is there was an earlier match, Paul, where they both jumped off of the scaffolding and Grimes landed on top of New Jack, and New Jack actually cracked his skull and had like lifelong headaches, and he was fucked up for life because of that one. Yeah. I don't know. Did Grimes have any permanent damage from this X? I thought he recovered.
Yeah,
from
he
that.
couldn't see out of his right eye. Yeah, he could. He couldn't see from his right eye. He was he was blind in one eye off of that shit. And then fucking Vic Grimes didn't want to fucking look for. Well, he didn't want to go to the hospital. Didn't check on him. Didn't call him. Didn't say, "Are you okay?" None of that shit. So that's why New Jack was stopped. Said, "All right, I got a receipt." He's got a receipt coming.
I've seen some ladder matches where they hang the belt up, and then you have to climb the ladder to get to the belt. So that gives you a reason to need a ladder, right? And then, of course, I've seen
where they copied off of WCW.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people have done those over the years. I mean, like what Terry Funk and Mick Foley did a lot of. Cactus Jack did a lot of fucked up things with barbed wire, and everybody's done the thumbtack thing. New Jack used to bring a fucking garbage can full of like junk that he would just use to beat the shit out of people with.
Fucking
and that
golf
was kind
gloves
of
and fucking
That I liked at least because New Jack. I love the thing I love most about New Jack is when he would get the audience pissed off at him. To me, that was the best thing is when he would start talking shit to the audience, and the audience fucking hated him. And I love that with any good bad guy. They know how to get the audience pissed. You know, Freddie Blassie
Yeah.
would come out there, what a bunch of pigs in this audience. He did insult the women, he'd get everybody pissed off at it. But New Jack knew how to do the same thing in a different time period, and that's why I love New Jack. But that fucking, you got to have more to the story than we're gonna climb a scaffold.
I don't care how much money they would give me. There's no way I'm going to climb up that scaffold, wrestle some guy, and get thrown off. That's bullshit. I mean, what was the purpose of that? I don't understand.
Fucking Ric Flair called Mick Foley a stunt man instead of a wrestler in his book, kind of thing. Yeah. And even Mick Foley's matches had more of a story to them than that thing just did. The best part of that match is watching, the coup de grace, right? The crescendo, the fall. But they didn't spend enough time, working how do you get up there? Is there a reason to get up there? I mean, if New Jack would have thrown a rope around his ass and dragged his fat ass up to the top and thrown him off like he was going to hang him and then the rope breaks, you got more of a, because that's something you could believe New Jack would do. But the fact that they're wrestling their way up to the top of it, I just see, it's, I don't know. And then it just lost it a little bit for me. Great stunt at the end, but getting there,
And I'm just curious, how much money do they make from that match?
I don't know what they were making from what
Man, it could be really, to be honest, they could have made anywhere from $500 to $1,500 that night.
Easy. That's a fucking joke. That won't pay the hospital bill.
Easy.
Easy. Then I definitely would not do that. That's crazy.
That Paul, like I said,
I might do it.
We know Terry would do it.
Yeah, if you throw down
and have the tables flaming on there.
I am so down.
Tables.
Hey, a match like that, they better pay the person about $1 million.
No, and I'm telling you, indie promotions, guys do that shit all the time, and they don't even have healthcare coverage. They go right to the fucking emergency room. They don't have money for gas. It's crazy. These guys, the shit they drive, they put up with, and injure themselves. MMA is like that too.
If you do get paid, you're getting like $25.
That's nothing.
They'll go up. They'll get like $25 if they're lucky.
That doesn't buy McDonald's. That's like that's 2 meals at McDonald's.
Nope.
Hey, my son Jason got his hand smashed by Bam Bam Bigelow during his match, and my son is seen on camera screaming his ass off, holding his hand. Bam Bam, I mean, all he did was bump into it, but he bumped into it hard.
Bam Bam was
what
a big
did they do for him?
Yeah. Huh?
What did the wrestling company do? Did they pay for your son's
medical? No, we didn't pursue it. But yeah, if I could go back in time, maybe I would have. I don't know.
I was gonna say MMA. These guys that are not in the UFC, the guys who are trying to get to the UFC, they go out there and literally risk their lives in these matches, and they don't get nothing for a payoff or hardly anything, and then they don't have enough money to even go to the emergency room afterwards. But
and I was watching an
union.
Yeah, I was watching an MMA match. And this guy, they were doing some kickboxing, and the guy kicked him, and his leg just broke completely.
I hate that. That's the worst.
Yeah,
worst.
I've seen those.
McGregor's last match, same thing happened.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So Terry,
same thing happened with my cousin one year. He broke his femur during a kickboxing match.
What's the most dangerous stunt you've done, Terry?
Let's see. That's a good question. Probably hammering stuff into my forehead.
Have you ever done any big dives, any jumps off of roofs or shit like that?
Yeah, quite a bit. I jumped off my two-story house when I was a teenager into the swimming pool.
Into the pool?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna think. I'm
Was
like
anything
Terry.
Huh?
Go
was
ahead.
anything on fire?
Yeah, I was set on fire. My shirt was on fire.
Terry, were you doing this for Off the Hook?
No, I was just doing it as a private thing that I was working on called Oops. Me and Brian, my friend Brian, started Oops back in 2001 around the same time at CKY when we first got introduced to the CKY videos.
Nice. You still
So we're
got
like,
that?
Terry,
dude,
how'd you find me? Terry, how'd you find me and Face? How'd you find us? Off the Hook.
through mutual friends and stuff. Brian just told Face, hey, I know somebody who's down for stunts. You're looking for more butt parts. This is your man, and that's how we clicked. And Leatherface had actually came over to our house for a party one night, and we ended up filming that stunt where we dunked my cousin's head into the toilet and gave him a swirly. Yeah.
He wanted me to go with him that night. I told him no, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, we were all just drinking shots of piss.
Yo, X, I heard that at Bam's house they put pubic hair inside of your mask. Is that true?
No, that wasn't at Bam's house. That was at a.
Where was that?
We were in Arizona, and what happened was Jake the Tank was drunk. He was drunk and he passed out and he was snoring his head off. Right. So with our thing is the first one that goes to sleep, you're gonna get fucked with. So he passed out. So he's snoring his head off and shit. So we're like, fuck. I said, well, shit, I'll fucking take his hair off, So I go in there, shave him all right in here, make it was all uneven, shaved half of his shit and all that. And then Tony comes right behind me, he grabs the fucking trimmer and fucking shaves off his fucking eyebrow.
Oh, shit.
And so, now he's on the couch and fucking Face comes up with a fucking shaving cream. That little gel shaving cream shit. And wow, just smacked him on his face with it. And he was still passed out. And then Flex, like the other night, when Face was saying how Flex can suck air up his ass and fart. So that's what he did. He sucked air up his ass, and then he went down there where Jake was. He was just here comes bare ass and everything. He just laid him. And then, you would I would be pissed if somebody farted in my face like that. I would get up.
Pink eye.
Drunk or not drunk, I would get up. Seriously, I would have gotten up. But Jake was really the fuck. I mean, he was out. So anyway, I go in to take a shower in the morning, and I knew something was up. I said, something. Jake is about to do something. He okay. So I hear that he shaved his pubic hairs and put it in my fucking mask.
Yeah.
So I look at it and I'm like, and Face said, "Oh, we cleaned it off." I said, "No, you didn't, man. There's hair all in my motherfucking mask." I said, "Jake, get your ass over here and fucking clean this shit up." He said, "Fuck no, you fucking took both of my shit off." I said, "No, I didn't." I said, "I only did one, bro." I said, "I just took this shit off." He goes, "No, you took my eyebrow." I said, "No, I didn't. That was Tony Gold. Fuck that." Tony was like, "Oh, don't put me in that." I said, "No, you did it." And fucking Face threw the fucking shaving cream in your fucking face. And he was like, "Oh my eye." Like a little later, all of a sudden we're asleep, right? And here's the thing we're laughing. All of a sudden he goes, "Oh my." He goes, "My eyes, I'm burning my eyes." He goes in the bathroom and shit. Face was like, what the man, we were dying, man. Face was funny, man. That shit was funny, man. He was weak. We were all weak. Even Tony Gold, we're all weak. Flex, we're all weak. And fucking Jake. And then all of a sudden I take a shower. So he puts the pubic hair. So I said, okay, we're going out tonight. I said, Face, you know what? It's my turn now. It's my revenge tonight. So we go to this bar, and I see him, dancing with this female and shit, and he's got a fucking beverage in his hand and he's drinking. I said, Face, now it's time for me to fucking him, right? He goes, yeah. I said, we'll get the camera rolling, and I'm gonna walk up on him, right behind him, and I'm gonna give him the meanest cup check ever. So, I sneak up, I'll walk over there. It's on the video, it's on our DVD. I walked up on there and just gave him a mean upper fucking cup check while he was drinking his drink, and I just come up, wow, smacked him. And so Jake goes down and shit, and the girl's like, oh shit, who's that? I said, yeah, that's payback, motherfucker. I said, now you know what that is, huh? Yeah, now you don't like it now, huh? Man, he was pissed. And cool thing about it, he was our ride home. We're driving his truck. So he could have said, you know what, X, get the fuck out of here. I don't want you here. Nah, but it was cool. We had fun.
Did you actually put the mask on?
I cleaned it up, and I put the mask on.
And who is Jake the Tank?
Jake the Tank is on our Off the Hook. Go to our old videos, you'll see it. Go on our videos.
I know who Tony Gold is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you know a few of them. You don't know all of the whole crew yet. You know a few of them.
You got a used car.
Did you know Rants? Paul, did you know Rants? Rants.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna name off the crew.
Okay.
It's Face, me, Tony, Flex.
Rants. I know Flex.
Yeah. And then there's Rants. There's Jake the Tank, and there's Turd. So there's like 7 of us. It's like Turd, and then we also had maybe another 2, 3 more. So it was maybe like 10 of us at one point. I think it was like.
And you guys were doing the Jackass thing. You were doing the Jackass thing.
Off the Hook. We're doing Off the Hook.
Yeah,
doing our video. Yeah,
which is similar to Jackass. So.
Yeah. So, but it was cool though, But we had fun doing some shit though. I remember one time. I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna get off the subject. I remember fucking Flex. Flex. We always had to pick at him because Flex would get mad and he don't want to do this and he didn't want to do that. And well, if me and Face didn't want to do something, we forced it on Flex or Tony. Tony's like fuck that, I'm right along with you guys. Fuck that, we're gonna have Flex do it. And we were like, no, both of y'all gonna do it. And he was like, oh fuck no. We were like, yep, both of y'all doing it. We did this. We were at a school by Tony's house, and we had the Roman candles, and we're called the Roman candle dodgeball. And fucking, we got Flex and Tony. Their little friends are out there. So Tony Face has got the fucking grenade. Well, the fucking, what are those Roman candles? And I got the camera. He's like, all right, now I'm gonna shoot it in the car. I said, man, in the car? You'll light this shit in the car? He's like, yeah. All right, so he lit the shit. Boom, 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 boom. And he's lighting the shit. The balls are flying out and shit. And then all of a sudden, you just see him, this one ball just shoot right where Tony was, and shot him right here in this part of the eye. Right in that part. Boom! Just inches away from his eyeball, bro. Just inches away from his eyeball. Ooh, he was pissed. Oh my God. Yeah, we did a lot of shit that we shouldn't have did. We did a lot of things that
Wait, what was that big party
we
that you
just went
guys?
out and just did the shit.
What was that
What's
big
that?
party that you invited me to write a story about? You guys were at a nightclub. You came in a limo. You had a bunch of strippers there.
Oh, at the Sands. Yeah, at the
Yeah.
Sands. It was a place called the Sands on off of Sunrise
Now,
out in that area. Yeah.
how
I
did you
remember
guys
that
get
place.
how did you guys get that going?
Oh, there's a release party. That was our off the hook release party when we had our DVDs and shit, and that was a release party. That was pretty cool. That was Face's doings. You know, one got that shit hooked up, so
And I
that
wrote the
was cool.
story about it. Remember? And I had my
Yeah, I
laptop.
remember that.
Yeah, and I had to
Yeah,
write the story. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
That was a good
I've
story.
done a few things with Off the Hook. A few things. Did that thing down in Los Angeles by the mountains. We were looking for Bigfoot. They were making some kind of movie. They did a setup at my house where they had everything rigged, so it looked like ghosts were throwing things off the shelves and all kinds of stuff. And we brought this guy in. I think it was Flex, and or was it Tony Gold? I'm not sure, but they didn't know what was going on. So we're doing this little seance, and shit was flying off the shelves. Things are coming off the kitchen rack, all kinds of stuff because we're asking for the ghost to do that, and the guy was totally
That's when
freaked
you
out.
did the prank
He
on
ran out
their
the door.
ass. I remember that.
Yeah, he was running out the door.
I saw that video.
That was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. That
It's
was
on
great.
it's on YouTube right now. If you want to watch it,
Oh,
it's
okay.
on YouTube. Is the scare prank on Tony Gold, scare prank
Yeah.
or some
Oh, it
shit
was
like
Tony
that.
Gold. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah,
That was funny.
yeah. You and Shannon.
Yeah.
Hey, can I tell you something? She was a flirt. She
No,
was
sure.
flirting on fucking Tony and Flex. So I would try to hit her up one time, but that's another
That,
story. But anyway,
yeah.
that's another story. Let's leave
Yeah.
that
That
alone.
woman.
That's another.
All right. Good. Okay. All right. Because if you get me started, I'll talk shit about her. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't like.
The vampire. Hey, we should have her. She's a vampire. She probably would put Richard Trace out of his misery. No, I'm just
Not
messing
for
around.
me.
But
Yeah.
anyway, back to wrestling. Man, there were some brutal matches back day. Let's see what El Guapo got down there. I see he's got something. Oh, it went off. He had
Nah,
something there.
Okay, I'm gonna get some more coffee. I'll be right back,
It
you
went
guys.
off.
you got a
Okay.
Cal Worthington story. I
So
thought you were going
Terry,
to tell, but
yeah, we might be a little bit late on this one, but I'm gonna say it when Paul gets back. I'm gonna
Paul
talk
gets
about
back.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know the matches, fucking Mick Foley, and he had some brutal matches. I give it to him, man, because he's another hardcore wrestler. I mean,
Yeah, he's
him
got
and
so
fucking
much
Terry
heart.
Funk, dude. Yeah, and he ripped his ear off on a fucking barbed wire match in Japan overseas. I think it was Tokyo or
Mm-hmm.
Japan. But he ripped his ear off, and man, that shit was.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
ropes,
I
right?
give it to him.
Yeah, how he pushes
Man,
himself
that was.
through to do more.
Have you seen those matches, El Guapo, when they have those TNTs, the explosives? Have you ever seen that
Yeah,
shit back in the day? They
yeah,
used to
that's all.
have, they would have guys slam and then they'll have those explosive boxes and shit that go boom. I mean, they would slam them and it would like C4, like they would call it C4.
Yeah.
And
I
hey,
remember watching
Japan,
those.
it was, I
My,
think it
with,
was,
my second wife was a dancer, and so she'd work late as shit. And we'd get home, we'd end up smoking up and watching that shit, and followed by Jerry Springer. So yeah,
Oh, Paul's back. Yeah.
Paul.
Hey,
Yeah.
Paul, I got a story for y'all, man.
Okay.
Go ahead, Paul.
Just real fast. I don't know if El Guapo knows, but I had the Guinness Book of World Records for disco dancing. I danced 205 hours, 8.5 days, with a 5-minute break on every hour. Yeah, and was featured in
Tell us
Ripley's
about
Believe
that story. Tell us a little bit more into it. Paul,
It.
tell us more into it. How did that? A little bit into it, man. Just a little bit.
Okay. In 1979, I was the first one to attempt the Guinness Book of World Records, and I danced 79 hours disco dancing. And Guinness Book of World Records, well, all this paparazzi came out there and I'm taking my picture and everything else, right? And so, come to find out though, the Guinness Book of World Records says, well, Paul, you took too long of breaks. You took 15 minutes on every hour. You're only allowed 5 minutes. So, some guy, after reading that I had 79 hours, he did something like 180. So I had all these newspaper people come to me and they said, hey, are you going to beat this guy? And I said, yeah, I'm going to challenge him. I'm going to do 205 hours, 8.5 days. So there I was in Club Lido, which is the Grand Island Mansion. The guys that used to own it, they loaned me their Rolls Royce and they took me down there and I danced 8.5 days, 5 minutes on every hour. If I had a piss, I did it, and I had witnesses watch me move my feet. And then if I had to take a shit, number two, I had to do it during that 5 minutes. So yeah, so I danced 8.5 days. I was featured in Ripley's Believe It or Not, and was had the Guinness Book World Records for about a month.
Nice.
Yeah, and if you Google Paul Dale Roberts Disco, you'll see some of the pictures and some of the articles and stuff like that. Yeah, I was the Sacramento Disco
Nice.
King, third and fifth Disco King. Then Disco died, so I went up on stage and they were booing me, and I couldn't understand why they were booing me. But come to find out, they had burned a bunch of disco records up in Philadelphia or some kind of deal, and disco died, and I didn't realize it. And they were wearing T-shirts that disco sucks. And shit, I said, oh, well, there goes disco, nerd. And that's the end of it. But then I went back into the Army, and then when I got to Korea, these guys came out to me and they go, hey, you got the Guinness Book of World Records on disco. I go, yeah, that's me. And they go, wow, man, you need to beat this Puerto Rican guy. I go, what are you talking about? Disco's dead. They said, this is Korea. Disco just started. And there I was doing dance contests, doing disco movies in Korea. It was crazy. I think we got a little bit off track. I'm sorry. We probably need to get back to wrestling.
Damn, I'm having problems over here. This fucking
Oh, okay.
this stream yard, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. StreamYard is sucks on my end, man. It really is. I think this is gonna be our last night here on StreamYard because this is really a terrible show. StreamYard, fix your shit. But anyway, I got a story. Why
Okay.
this
Oh
shit
yeah,
is fucked up anyway.
Cal Worthington.
Yeah, so um, everybody knows about Cal Worthington. He was a big car salesman at one point, back especially in the 60s and the 70s, mostly in the 70s and the 80s. He was one of the men that was a car salesman, but the man was a fucking crook. I mean, if you watch his fucking back end stories of his car salesman and how he got down, I got one story. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. And my dad told me this story. He was like, he was a kid, but we went down to Cal Worthington, and I think his place was on Fulton, or I think he had one on Fulton or Florin. No, Florin. So we go out there, and my dad called him up. He was like, "Come on down, I'll get you a car and whoop, come on down." So my dad goes down there and shit. All of a sudden, the story switches on my dad, and he didn't like that. And now my dad's like, "Nah, you're full of shit." He told him that, and now he starts saying some shit to my dad. So my dad went to go grab him, and the dude ran away. He ran into the office and shit. So my dad's pounding on the fucking door at Cal Worthington. And he's like, "I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call the cops. Get this guy up out of here." Whoa, whoa, whoa. And so that even made it even worse. So the cop shows up and shit, and that made it even worse. And I don't want to speak too much of it, but it got pretty violent. And, so, but one thing that I do remember is Cal Worthington, may you rest in peace. He died a few years back, but he was one of the crook fucking car salesmen, man. I mean, he was the king of TV commercial selling cars and shit. I mean, I give it to him. He was one of the kings, but he was a crook. Fuck.
Yeah, I believe my uncle bought a
So is there
Bricklin
anything else you
SV1 off
guys
the
want to
guy.
talk about?
And my dad bought a Cadillac from
Yeah.
him in Fresno, Cal Worthington. But my dad didn't have a bad experience with him. My dad thought he was an honest guy and got the Cadillac, and that's it. El Guapo, did you ever come across Cal Worthington or anything like that?
And we're gonna wrap it up, man. We're having too much difficulties on here, man. We're
How
gonna
do
wrap
you
this
how
up.
do you,
We're
how
having
do you share
difficulties.
how do you share a
StreamYard.
file with your ex?
I don't, but I'm having difficulties on my end. Huh?
How do you share a file on here?
I can't even hear you.
How do you share a file on here?
Share a file. How do you
Share
share
a file on here.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I see
a
something
minute.
on there.
All right, you see
Let's
it?
see.
Can you see it? That's Paul.
Yeah, that's me.
There he is, Paul Dell Roberts,
The Disco King,
1979
1979.
Disco King of Sacramento. There
Find
we
him on
go.
archive.org.
There's Paul right
Oh,
there
yeah.
in his younger days. How old were you right there in '79, Paul?
Shit, I don't know, like 22 or something. I don't know.
Wow.
I forget.
You look like a cast member of the
That's
Warriors.
a classic picture.
Yeah.
Let's see
Warrior.
this again.
Warriors.
Warriors come out to play.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Wow.
That's good shit, Paul.
He's got the Ray Finkel shirt.
That's good shit, right?
Wow.
El Guapo, that was a good one, man. That
Hey, I
made
still-
the night right there.
Hey, I still look the same, huh?
You do, man. Looking good. Looking good. Hair's a little shorter. I think you should go back to the fro. I dug it.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh my god. Back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
Well, y'all, man, I think this is going to be the last show on fucking StreamYard because we're having so many difficulties on
Hey,
here.
Broadway,
Working
before
on
you,
a new fucking platform.
Broadway, before
Yeah.
we close out, let me say about one more thing about Cal Worthington. Okay. Right here,
Go ahead. This shit's lagging, but go ahead.
okay, right here, I got these little figures, and I've been busy. I've been polishing them up, getting them to look real pretty, one at a time. And as you can see, I have it situated where it's sideways. And if Kel Worthington was here, I would take this and shove it up his Rudy Tooty candy ass.
Yeah. X.
Best way to close out.
Yeah, X.
Hey,
Share
that's
that.
classic, man. Hey, that made the night.
X. Share that screen again, real quick.
Oh my god!
Hey, I can't even hear, man. This
Share that
shit
share
is
that
really
screen
pissing
again,
me
real
off.
quick.
But
God damn it.
yeah.
Share that screen again, real quick.
Let's see.
Oh my god!
Who's that handsome fella?
Oh shit!
Jesus.
Oh, is that you right there? Holy shit!
James
Paul,
Bond.
were you like 15 right there?
No shit.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
The name's
Yep.
Bond.
Holy shit!
James Bond.
1973. Wow.
Awesome.
High school.
Awesome.
What high school is that at, Paul?
Oceana High School. And I went to Monterey High School for a short while, but Oceana High School. That's in Pacifica, California.
Goddamn, there's a few pictures out there of you.
Hey, you know what, El Guapo on. Hey, El Guapo, I think we need to do that on the sanitarium Saturday. Just pull
Okay.
that up when Face don't even know nothing about it. Just be like, hey, I found something and I want to show somebody these pictures and let's see if Face can recognize who it is.
Yeah. Oh, check out the other one I just threw up there.
Oh my god, let's look at it. Let me see that again. Let's see that.
Man, I forgot about these.
The Demon Warrior in his earlier days.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Where are you getting these pictures of them at? El Guapo, you got your own little secret online to get this.
I'm a fan, man. I'm
Your
a
little
fan.
secret.
Yep.
We like Richie from La Bamba right there. Richie.
Oh
Yeah, man. That's
yeah. Little Elvis
cool,
Presley there.
Yeah.
Oof.
No,
Man.
from the set of Happy Days.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna call it for the night. This is our last one for StreamYard. So StreamYard, man, you guys should have got your stuff together, man. I mean, your videos and stuff. We put videos on. You make us look like shit. StreamYard, get your shit together, man. Maybe I'll come back if you get your shit together. This is yours truly, the Executioner. The Executioner. This is yours truly, Paul Dill Roberts, the Demon Warrior. And yours truly, El Guapo. And we have another host here tonight. And his name is Harry the Taint Butt Pirate.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is yours truly, the Executioner. I'm out of here, and we'll see you on the next platform that we got. StreamYard, man, it was nice knowing you, but we out of here, and we got
Adios.
something way better and bigger.
Those-
See you on the next run. Adios, motherfucker.